Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, a great pleasure to welcome you to Beijing for the digital event on digital technology of China International Supply Chain Exposition. Firstly, let's welcome Mr. Li Xinqian, Vice Chairman of CCPIT and the China Chamber of International Commerce, to deliver the opening remarks. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and entrepreneurs, good morning. It's a great pleasure to gather with you in Beijing for the thematic event on digital technology of the 4th China International Supply Chain Expo. On behalf of CCPIT, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all participants and express sincere gratitude to the Chinese and foreign friends who care about and support China's trade promotion undertakings and the exposition. President Xi Jinping emphasized that in the era of economic globalization, only by adhering to the open cooperation of global industrial and supply chains can we achieve win-win development for all. On the morning of June 22nd, Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang attended the opening ceremony of the 4th CISCE and delivered a keynote speech, reaffirming China's firm stance of steadily advancing high-standard opening up and safeguarding the stability and smooth flow of global industrial and supply chains. At present, a new round of scientific and technological revolution and industrial transformation is making accelerated breakthroughs. Digital and intelligent technologies represented by AI are profoundly reshaping the global development landscape. This year's CISCE has upgraded the original digital technology chain to the digital intelligent technology chain and set up a dedicated AI area to better reflect the evolution of technologies and steer the trend of industrial transformation. Today, we hold this event under the theme of AI-driven digital intelligence foundation, boosting industrial and supply chain resilience through digital and real economy integration. We hope all participants will conduct in-depth discussions on digital intelligence empowerment, digital infrastructure, and global digital cooperation, build consensus, tap into opportunities, and contribute wisdom and strengths to building global digital and intelligent supply chains. Taking this opportunity, I would like to put forward 3 proposals. First, jointly build an open innovation ecosystem. We hope Chinese and foreign enterprises will jointly carry out technical research and innovation cooperation, take an active part in formulating international technical standards, and work together to foster a new landscape of open, inclusive, and mutually beneficial global digital cooperation landscape. Second, make breakthroughs in underlying core technologies. We hope Chinese and foreign companies will increase R&D investment in key core technologies such as AI, IoT, and blockchain, pool resources to tackle bottlenecks, including basic algorithms and high-end microchips, advance collaboration among industry, universities, research institutes, and end users, and consolidate the foundation of open-source innovation ecosystem for digital intelligent technologies. Third, deepen scenario-based empowerment. We hope Chinese and foreign enterprises will leverage international platforms like this exposition to precisely match upstream and downstream industrial chain resources, advance the wide application of digital technologies in manufacturing, energy, healthcare, transportation, and other sectors, and fuel high-quality development of all industries and sectors via digital and real economy integration. As China's largest national institution for trade, investment, and industrial promotion, CCPIT has long been committed to advancing international cooperation in digital and smart technologies. We support Chinese and foreign enterprises in developing digital trade, help foreign invested companies in China expand digital scenario applications, and strengthen commercial, legal services for enterprises in the digital sector. We stand ready to continue working with all relevant parties, relying on the CISCE platform will seize digital opportunities, boost the deep integration of AI and real economy, jointly advance the development of global digital intelligence supply chains, and inject new growth momentum into the global economy in the digital era. In closing, I wish this event a resounding success. Wish all guests good health and every best. Thank you. Thank you very much, Vice Chairman Li Xingqian. Now let's welcome Li Yan, Deputy Director General of the Information Technology Development Department, Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, to address us. Distinguished Vice Chairman Li Xingqian, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure to join you at the 4th China International Supply Chain exposition for this themed event on digital technology. On behalf of the Department of Information Technology Development of MIT, I warmly congratulate on the opening of this event. The Chinese government attached great importance to the role of data as a production factor. The 15th Five-Year Plan calls for seizing the trend of digitalization, networking, and intelligence. It highlights China's strengths in rich data resources, a complete industrial system, and broad application scenarios. It also calls for unlocking the potential of data, accelerating digital and intelligent innovation, deepening AI+, empowering economic and social development and governance, and driving profound changes in production modes and a leap in productivity. This provides the foundation, the fundamental guidance for our work on industrial data. In recent years, we have fully implemented the decisions of the government and taken multiple measures to promote the development and use of industrial data. Firstly, we have strengthened the foundation and consolidated data resources. We have implemented the Industrial Internet Innovation Development Project and cultivating industrial internet platforms that enhance the stability and competitiveness of industrial and supply chain.
We advanced R&D in data collection and processing technologies, used 5G to upgrade equipment. We have issued 51 national standards in big data, built a product master data service platform, and promoted the application of national standards for data management. Second, we expand applications and unlock the value of data. We have deepened the integration of IT application industrialization. By the first quarter of this year, 86.1% of key industrial enterprises had adopted digital R&D and design tools, and 69.1% of key processes had become digitally controlled. We issued the reference guidance on data factor applications in industrial scenarios. They define how data should be collected, aggregated, and used in key common manufacturing scenarios. Third, we have promoted cooperation and expanded digital intelligent ecosystems. We launched the Industrial Data Foundation Initiative and selected 14 data cooperation consortia for cultivation. Focusing on bottlenecks in data collection, aggregation, and use, we have encouraged the manufacturers, data service providers, and research institutes on key technology standards and data pooling. We have accelerated the building of high-quality data sets and explored models and pathways for industrial data development and use. Industry is one of the sectors with the richest data, the most complete system, and broadest scenarios. Empowering new industrialization with data will be a key task during the 15th five-year plan. Going forward, we will focus on three areas. First, we will strengthen policy guidance. We will advance policy documents on using data to empower new industrialization and accelerate industrial digital transformation. We will make systematic plans for technological innovation, identity cultivation, and ecosystem optimization. We will improve data supply, strengthen data circulation, unleash the vitality of data factors, and accelerate transformation. Second, we will expand the ecosystem. We will integrate resources and advance key industrial data technology standards and industrial development. We will improve the industrial data standard system and cultivate more high-quality data service providers. We will strengthen AI open source communities and build hubs for high-quality open source data. Third, we will improve application services. We will carry out pilot projects for high-quality sectoral data sets and support locals and industries in launching industrial data foundation initiatives. We will strengthen ministry-province cooperation and regional coordination and accelerate replicable outcomes in data collection. This will support the application of industry large models. Dear friends and guests, in the wave of intelligent development, efficient collection, large-scale pooling, and deep application of data have become essential for high-quality development. We are ready to work with you to seize opportunities, strengthen exchanges, tap the potential of data empowerment, and further enhance the security and resilience of industrial supply chains. I wish this event a complete success. Thank you.
谢谢李岩先生。
Thank you, Mr. Li. Please welcome Mr. Anthony Lam, Chairman of the Federation of Hong Kong Industries. Distinguished leaders, friends from the industry and business communities, good morning. On behalf of the Federation of Hong Kong Industries, I would like to congratulate on the opening of this event. I also thank the organizers for the invitation, which gave me the opportunity to take part in this important dialogue. The global economic landscape is undergoing profound transformation, and technological innovation has become a key driving force for industrial upgrading. Last years, global supply chains have been under great pressure. Companies only focused on low costs and high efficiency, yet amid geopolitical and economic conditions today, supply chain resilience and security have become vital to companies' survival and growth. Industry forms the foundation of the real economy. In recent years, technologies such as big data and AI have developed rapidly, creating new industrial and management models. Integrating AI into industry is the most effective way to boost efficiency, mitigate risks, and build flexible supply chain systems. During this transformation, Chinese Hong Kong has been committed to complementing its traditional strengths with emerging technologies. It boasts a highly international network and top-tier professional services. It can offer an ideal supporting environment for the rollout and application of AI. By combining Hong Kong's robust supply chain services with cutting-edge technologies, we can provide precise support for industrial chain decision-making amid complex global landscapes and help companies forge steadier long-term growth paths. This is exactly the work the Federation has been working on. We support enterprises in tapping business opportunities and keeping pace with technological innovation. We fully promote new industrialization to help businesses make full use of technology and AI and comprehensively sharpen their competitiveness. Today, I'm delighted to see representatives of leading companies from all sectors gather together at this CISCE platform. In the AI era, technology, manufacturing, and professional services must achieve deep integration. Only by translating technological advances into productivity can we respond to fluctuations in the global market. I'm confident that through our united efforts, we will build a more stable and resilient global industrial chain. In closing, I wish this event a complete success and wish all guests thriving businesses and good health. Thank you. Thank you. We invite Mr. Liu Jian, Senior Vice President of ZTE Corporation. Distinguished leaders and guests, good morning. It's my pleasure to be invited to this event. The theme, Connecting the World, Creating a Shared Future, brings together wisdom and strength from global supply chains to explore ways to enhance chain resilience. This is very significant. On behalf of ZTE, I would like to extend warm congratulations on this event, and my gratitude goes to friends who have long cared for and supported ZTE's development. Today, a new round of technological revolution, especially AI, is reshaping the global economy. The AI-driven industrial revolution has arrived, and the world is accelerating its shift from the bit-powered mobile internet era to the token-empowered intelligent era. In this trend, digital and intelligent technologies are penetrating every link of industrial and supply chains at unprecedented scale. The theme of today's AI-driven Digital Intelligent Foundation, boosting industrial and supply chain resilience through digital real economy integration. From ZTE's perspective, AI is no longer an ornamental add-on. It has become the core engine driving industrial chain upgrading and reshaping industrial resilience. So I have three proposals. First, consolidate the digital foundation and fuel the upgrading of industrial and supply chains with computing power. The operation of an intelligent economy relies on ubiquitous connectivity and on universally accessible computing power. To boost the resilience and efficiency of industrial chains, we must first build a robust, open, and green foundation that enables smooth data flow. This is the consensus across industries and shared mission of the times. We need to advance architecture innovation so that computing power is affordable, high-performing, and stable. ZTE is accelerating its strategic upgrade from pure connectivity to connectivity plus computing power. We wish to work with global partners to build AI factories with optimal comprehensive energy efficiency so as to achieve the sustainable growth of the industry. Second, advance digital real integration and boost the agility and risk resistance of the chains. The true value of AI is its integration into scenarios. We are moving from experience-driven to data-driven. We are using AI technologies to boost efficiency and risk resistance. Through years of efforts, we have used AI in planning, delivery, purchasing, manufacturing, and quality assurance. For example, we use LLM. Its understanding reasoning capability, we compare the revised content between documents, identify risks, and achieve targeted risk analysis. Based on historical orders and data, we extract some factors so that our models can predict the future orders. We are also using agents, and we are designing relevant scenarios. For example, AI can become really intelligent AI. Such capabilities are extending to more partners today. We believe that when agents are widely used in different links, the whole industrial chain will be reshaped. Third, we need to adhere to open and co-creation and adhere to win-win development. Resilience not only comes from technological breakthrough, but also come from the collaborative development of the ecosystem. No enterprise alone can address all challenges. Only through open source, openness, co-building, co-sharing can we achieve a quick path of resilience and competitiveness. So we must transcend borders and build mutual trust and cooperation, inclusive win-win digital ecosystems. We practice openness and win-win cooperation. We have been involved in 200 open source communities and relevant organizations. We also build open source projects and share outcomes. We wish to work with more partners to build a more resilient, more sustainable new paradigm. Distinguished guests and friends, the AI-driven digital trend is on the rising, and the industrial revolution is accelerating. Taking on this opportunity, we wish to work with you, taking AI as the engine, and based on the diligent, intelligent infrastructure to promote the digital green and resilient development of the chains. I wish this event complete success. We wish you smooth work and good health. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we welcome Mr. Wang Chen, CEO of TCL Technology. Distinguished leaders, guests, and industry colleagues, good morning. It's my great honor to, on behalf of TCL, to attend this thematic event on digital technology to share with you the experience on how could we upgrade the industries and how can we strengthen our chains. For the first time, we have a dedicated AI zone. This sends a clear signal. AI has become a vital factor reshaping the global industrial chain and boosting supply chain resilience. At this critical juncture, I will share with you the AI initiatives at TCL. We will share with you my opinions and experience. China has the globe's most complete industrial systems. It has strong foundation. This is our core advantages. But against the current trends, the shortcomings of traditional supply chains are also emerging. For example, we are unable to predict risks. And the core value of AI is to bring different links together so that we no longer passively respond to risks. We can predict and actively control so as to be better prepared for risks. TCL, as the advanced manufacturer in the world, we always attach great importance to digital intelligent trend. We invest in AI. Several years ago, we proposed AI for real slogan. We have integrated AI into our R&D production, supply chains, products, and organizational operation. Over the 3 years, AI has created over 2.5 billion yuan for our company, and it has accumulated experience for AI upgrading. Specifically, first, we use AI to smoothen all links and to build a resilient supply system.
Faced with the mismatch of supply demand and the lags in response, TCL relies on its AI digital platform to connect data across the entire global supply chain process, achieving a shift from passive production scheduling to proactive supply-demand collaboration. TCL Huaxin, a subsidiary of TCL Technology, implemented intelligent scheduling in the supply chain and the full process digital control, which shortened order response time by 50%. And the second, accelerate R&D iteration with AI to unlock innovation momentum. And R&D efficiency is the key to the competitiveness of industrial chain. It is also the driving force of industrial upgrade in TCL Huaxin, deeply embeds AI into entire R&D and our self-developed StarCore LLM, which ranks among the top in the industry. In the display sector, we've achieved a 30% increase in software development efficiency, 75% increase in the R&D efficiency of display device, and a 90% increase in the efficiency of mechanical structure simulation. This helps accelerate R&D and drive the industrial chain towards the higher end. Third, we actively explore hardware forms of native AI products, making intelligence perceivable to users. TCL subsidiary, Thunder Robot, has explored AI native wearables for the past 5 years, and the Thunderbolt X3 Pro smart glasses with the AI plus A2 technology pass was selected by Time Magazine as one of the best inventions of 2025. And TCL's AI application in smart home appliances have achieved over 40% energy saving during air conditioner startup and over 18% energy saving for refrigerator, helping TCL to transform from manufacturing advantage to intelligent leader. Fourthly, we drive organizational change for human-machine collaboration, promote systematic upgrades of organization capability. TCL launched over 10,000 AI agents with employees gradually on board. AI penetration in key processes exceeds 30%. We also continue to strengthen AI talent team, having trained over 1,000 AI business talents and over 1,500 AI technical talents, providing solid talent support for digital transformation. The in-depth advancement of digital and intelligent technology also relies on the collaborative interaction and the ecosystem between the upstream, downstream, and the industrial chain. As the leader of the industrial chain, TCL opens up AI technology digital platform, empowering SMEs and up and down the supply chain to reduce their cost and to make the technology lighter weight. And by building a collaborative and a symbiotic industrial ecosystem flywheel, looking to the future, digitalization and AI remain the core focus for manufacturing transformation. Upgrading TCL will continue to deepen the integration of digital and physical economies and iteratively upgrade AI intelligent manufacturing and smart supply chain systems. And we look forward to working together with all of you so that we can build this AI-empowered ecosystem that to make the supply industrial chain more intelligent, effective, and resilient. And lastly, I wish this event a great success. Thank you very much. Currently, we have witnessed the digital technologies, AI intelligent equipment deeply integrated with real economy. Digital intelligent transformation has become the core engine for industrial quality improvement, efficiency growth, corporate innovation breakthroughs, and high-quality economic upgrading. Industrial development is shifting from incremental growth under traditional models to quality, efficiency, momentum transformation driven by digital and intelligent technology. We're going to have the first panel discussion, which brings together key enterprises from 4 core digital intelligence sectors. The 5 panelists will focus on critical tracks: computing, infrastructure, intelligent manufacturing, humanoid intelligence, and digital overseas expansion, sharing frontline practical experience and forward-looking insights. And the panelists are Mr. Liu Xiangwen, Vice President, Alibaba Cloud Intelligence; Mr. Li Cong, Vice President, GSE China Schneider Electric; Mr. Michael Cham, Chief Brand Officer, UB Tech; and Mr. Anthony Cho, CEO Newegg; Ms. Yu Jun, Vice President of Kingsoft Cloud. Welcome, dear panelists, for this first panel discussion. And we're going to talk about the theme of digital transformation. We will explore how to stimulate high-quality development with the help of digital and smart technologies, the new insights, new opportunities. My first question goes to Ms. Liu from Alibaba Cloud Intelligence. So as we witness that the AI and the digital technology integrating into real economy, what do you think new opportunities brought by digital transformation? For us, at our company, we are specialized in the enablement. Therefore, we observe our own business as well as our clients. So I would like to share with you my personal observation. First of all, as the moderator already noted, we talk about digitalization and intelligence right now. It's changed to digital and intelligent technology. So we have seen great changes over the last few years for digitalization and intelligentization. So firstly, we need to deeply understand that for intelligence, especially last year and this year, what is quite obvious is that it is shifting from intelligence to action. In the past, we believed that it's like a chatbot for chatting. But today, it is indeed that intelligence can help various sectors to make it into a productive tool which is actionable. In the past, we introduced intelligence as a tool. Now today, it's like our colleague who works side by side with us to accomplish the work. Therefore, in the future, in every link of R&D, production, sales, and service, we will have carbon-based employees and silicon-based employees, like Mr. Wang mentioned. Of course, the work is delivered by a human employee, which is carbon-based. But a lot of work can be done by silicon-based employee. And the second, as the moderator mentioned, is a upgrading and the transformation. So the second point I would like to share with you is that we perceive that it's not only what will happen to the intelligent technologies. If we're going to make a transformation, it's not about the technology. But it is to use the technologies to empower various sectors, and its maturity is a very important dimension that we should look at. In terms of maturity, intelligence is like a intrinsic driver, and we are looking at the value it can bring us. As the clients are making estimations, the value equals to the context, the environment that intelligence is generated in. It is a context times intelligence. It's like what Mr. Wang mentioned, 2,500 intelligent employees, then they are timed by context and learning. So the value can be quantified. Context times learning times evaluation, and then times the level of intelligence development, then it equals to transformation. At this exposition, the reason why you attend, you are present, as we are talking about open collaboration, which is a key for us. We develop large models. On the other hand, when LLMs are used in various sectors, we have a token, we have a Q1. and we have Kimi and Zhipu, which are being used. Openness is to provide clients with multiple and appropriate options depending on various components of models. In the end, we would like to make our business more flourished. Like you said, digital transformation, digital and intelligent transformation should be able to measure it. From your intervention, I believe the audience has gained a new understanding about the future direction and development of the industry. Our next panelist is Mr. Li Cong, Vice President, GSC China, Schneider Electric. So my question to you is that against the background of integration of digitalization and intelligence, what's your observation of the industry? Thank you for the question. I agree with Madam Liu. AI is shifting from chatbot to the critical to action. We, as a energy technology company, Schneider Electric is also a global company which deeply integrates AI with global supply chain. So in terms of our practices, firstly, AI is integrated into the end-to-end supply chain, covering price management, inventory management of suppliers, the control and the management of carbon emissions, and then production, manufacturing process, how to use AI in workshop to improve quality of products, efficiency, production, and stability and resilience of delivery. At the same time, it is also applied by the downstream clients. It is about how to embed AI into products and software to help our clients create value. This is the first point. And second is that the logic of decision-making is undergoing profound changes, especially empowered by LLMs. In the past, we rely on the experience of experts as well as the rich experience of leaders in making decisions. For example, when there is a supply chain crisis, for example, when we may soon face the crisis of the entire supply chain of electronics. So then how we are able to increase resilience of supply chain and how we are able to use to shift from experience-based decision to data-based decision, and how we can make use of AI to help us to make forward-looking decisions. The third is that we have 4 light tower factories. We have seen that in using AI in our practice, we have seen a lot of pilots, a lot of proof of concepts, pilot projects implementation. But to scale up and to create values, we didn't see much examples. Internally, we've seen a good trend. A lot of projects have been moving away from pilots to this end-to-one scaled-up replication. This is quite encouraging. Lastly, the platform provided by this Expo is quite good for us to come together to share best experience.
So we can work together to create value for our customers. Indeed, as you said, AI technologies and its integration with real sectors are reshaping different sectors, including manufacturing, rejoin its boundary of competitiveness. Thank you. Next, we would like to ask Tan Ming. We know that humanoid is attracting a lot of attention, and it's a representative case of how new technologies empower real economies. So I want you to introduce to us how your company has used how your company has used humanoid intelligence to empower industrial development. What some good thoughts can you share with you? Hello everyone, I'm Michael from UB Tech. We have been engaged in humanoid for 14 years. And in December 29, 2023, we became the world's first listed humanoid robot economy. Up to now, we are still the only one, but we hope or we believe that more and more people will join us, and humanoid will be devoted to the cultivation of mental productivity. We can see recently various ministries and commissions have issued documents quite frequently to promote embodied intelligence, to further promote humanoid robots to dance, to set up, to get to work, and to be truly applied in factories. As Mr. Lee just mentioned, in different practical training scenarios, we need to move from the lab to the factory, from the lab to the business scenarios. This is the true path. In the past 14 years, centering on humanoids, we use AI, and we wish that through embodied intelligence, AI can be connected to our real life. This is the key. From the perspective of empowering the manufacturing, I can share with you two pieces of experience. First, in fact, humanoid is high-end manufacturing. We are also one company along the chain. In these 2 days, you see robots on site. You can interact with these robots. You can see that robots themselves have driven different thousands of industries and enterprises along the supply chain. If you look at humanoids globally, most of the time you look at supply chains. So the most popular ones are those at the supply chains rather than the whole machine enterprises, because humanoids have driven software, hardware in the future service industry. Humanoid is still a big industry. Several days ago, the CEO of JD also mentioned that AI has driven the entire JD's 700,000 employees to switch to the maintenance service industry of humanoid robots. UBTech will promote the 2-10,000 initiative this year. First is the production, the productivity, the production capacity of our industrial humanoid robots. Last year, we crossed the threshold of mass production of 1,000 units, and this year we will lay out a production capacity of 10,000 units. The super factory of humanoids we built together with Siemens was officially launched on July 30th. This is also a very important demonstration. And also, in June 30th this year, we also have a plan. We will release the layout of the production capacity of the 10,000 full-size bionic robots worldwide. This actually drives all, including what we call from chips to core components to the entire set of thousands of supply chain systems related to our supply chain. This high-end manufacturing industry to move towards a trillion yuan new industry. Second, from the perspective of manufacturing, we just, as Lee mentioned, many experimenting scenarios. We help a lot of global Fortune companies in China, including BYD, including Airbus. And we also hope Texas Instruments. I hope that by getting to know Mr. Lee today, we can also in the future in some of the Schneider super factories or the Lighthouse factories conduct practical training for humanoid robots, and then to real large-scale applications. Our goal this year is to deliver 5,000 humanoid robots. We hope to help many people in various fields, including new energy vehicles, intelligent manufacturing, smart logistics. Through embodied intelligence in the future 2 or 3 years, we use new quality productive forces to empower new humanoids, new manufacturing, new paradigms. This is our top priority in the recent 2 to 3 years. Indeed, as you mentioned, humanoid itself is high-end manufacturing, from core components to whole machine to application scenarios. The whole industrial chain offers a promising room for the development of humanoid. Next, I would like to ask NewAct CEO Anthony Cho. Good morning. With the development of digital economy, data platforms and supply chain coordination have become more important. For the digitalization upgrading, what's your observation from the perspective of enterprise? Good morning. Thank you for your question. I come from the U.S. NewAct has been operating in the U.S. for 25 years. Over the past 25 years, in conducting e-commerce, I think the links are quite complex. Be products from China to the U.S. or local products in the U.S. or the local e-commerce process. Internally, there are a lot of big data. So in this link, from the supply chain or the internal process, this huge amount of data, whether we call it cloud, AI agent, large language model, I think the first point is that when you have a huge volume of data, AI can indeed help us elevate efficiency. But amid this process, we need to consistently check the accuracy of the output of the AI. Because in many links in the process, AI will not judge for you. AI will help you reason the things you need. But the whole reasoning, A plus B, you might think the result is C, but the true result might be C plus or C minus. Even if it's just a little wrong, it's a big wrong sometimes. So AI can help us raise efficiency, but we also need to spend a lot of time check the results. So is it accurate? For example, when we do supply chain, customers, we care about the accuracy of the data, but due to the algorithms, there might be some deviations, so we need to use another model to do the reasoning. The good thing is that the AI data is potentially speed up your entire accuracy. It's not like before you used a lot of human power. Now you have AI. You can quickly check the accuracy, and secondly, there are a lot of links from product purchasing from overseas to the US. Content production, product listing, pricing, a lot of pre-sale, after-sale, a lot of links. In the past, we used big data, but we only relied on human power. But today, different departments could connect with each other. For example, in the past, customer review and customer service, we know that the feedback from the customers could go to the entire service client and then go to the supply chain. The whole one-stop service, how could we bring them closer? But AI can help us achieve that. This is quite good. In the meantime, it can elevate the efficiency of the whole organization. Third, the internal and external data aggregation. For example, externally, a freight forwarder, they have some products, they have their AI data, we have our own AI data. So how we share our data with each other, such sharing is still ongoing because each company has its own IP and its own privacy. So under this condition, we need to work with each other, adapt to each other. So I think in this process, AI can also elevate to efficiency. Fourth, AI is developing so quickly that sometimes I might worry out that my data will be breached out or be taken away by others. So in terms of security or risk control, we are also making efforts internally besides supply chain AI integration. We also established a department specifically for AI data security because the AI era has arrived. Hackers have become more potent, more powerful. So we also need to have better firewall against data breach out or data hacking. So these are the 4 aspects that I want to share with you. As you mentioned, data is important in this era. How can we make the data flow and remove the barriers along the chains? This is the key. And next, we would like to ask Ms. Yu Jun, Vice President of Kingsoft Cloud. How do you think cloud technologies and AI technologies, how could they empower chains and help companies in their intelligent operations? I'm Yu Jun from Kingsoft Cloud, where I'm responsible for cloud business, especially 2B and 2G. Most of the time, it's in the form of private cloud or mixed cloud. Today, the theme is digital foundation and industrial chain resilience. Speaking of resilience, I believe that those working the AI and industrial chain actually have a particularly deep perception. So I could also share with you some scenarios. For example, for a cloud company like Kingsoft, due to the great development of infrastructure, sometimes we face multiple data centers, often have to deal with multiple large data centers which often involve construction with hundreds of megabytes of capacity. These large data centers may have millions or tens of millions of components, as we all know. To build an AI DC, an AI data center, from design to delivery, it only takes 12 months or even less than 12 months. But we know that model or GPU upgrading is basically like 12 to 18 months. So under such speed, at traditional ERP systems, when we issue out the first round of quotations, we will find that decision window has already closed. So in AI era, we talk about resilience. It's not really about as we did before. We stock up more, prepare more suppliers, and prepare more production capacity. No longer. Today, resilience refers to AI decision-making competitiveness. So it gives us an important lesson.
The resilience of the entire industrial chain today is moving towards these more intelligent collaboration. We used to provide resources and storage and services. to have this digital transformation of the traditional business. But today, you should make use of cloud, big data, AI agents, as well as industry-specific models to build the foundation of intelligence in your own area of business. So it is moving from this competition on a single application to a more collaborative competition along the industrial chain. So as a practitioner in the industry, we try to build a more intelligent foundation for industries. Yes, you are right. So we now shift from this competition of the supply chain to competition of companies and ecosystems. Thank you. And I would like to go back to Madam Liu of Alibaba. And we noted that Alibaba Cloud at the just concluded Alibaba Cloud Summit on May 20th announced a full-stack technology upgrade for the AI agent era. Could you please share with us how AI agent will reshape operation of industrial chain supply chain? Thank you for the question. Speaking of reshape, we have seen some possibilities. Firstly, about the supply chain for us.
是个产业，我们也算是一个。
And we are a leader on the supply chain. We feel that the whole supply chain, AI in it, can change from what we called automation to autonomy. So automation is a passive. You need to give a paradigm for it to follow step by step in doing something. For autonomy, it is more proactive. And for intelligence itself, can do planning, action, and implementation. With no tool, it can seek for tools. Without a tool, it can create a tool in completing something. I can provide you with an example for our industry. If I'm going to launch a model, 3.7 max, in launching such a model, it's not only we are involved, we should also have the chips and the cloud collaborating with us to provide the client with the optimal solution. When we launch the 3.7 max, one of the chips is doing a lot of optimization. We own the chip. We give an instruction, very long, very lengthy instruction, and for 3.7 max, it works 35 hours non-stop, and caught this checking of the kernel for 400 times with more than 1,000 updates, because this chip is an inference chip. So we see that it improved the performance of the chip from 35 hours ago to 35 hours later with 10 times inference acceleration. So it is a iteration from automation to autonomy. It's the AI agent working on its own. And we believe in other industries, the industrial chain is evolving with AI agents who can work on its own. This will happen in different industrial chains. We have a lot from the supply chain, like Madam Yu from Kingsoft mentioned in our industry this year. The supply chain teams are being robbed. Most difficult here for them. There are a lot of shortages. Then on the supply chain, for us, we've done a lot of digital transformation, intelligent transformation to help the supply chain. Because the word supply chain we hope it will move from this chain reaction to network response, which means when the procurement or the prediction of a procurement, the agent can give early warning signals. We have production, we have data centers for production. We can make automatic computing, storage, network, and other modules to serve the clients. We have marketing and other type of agents. In the past, we are the chain response. We have chain response. We often complain. The supply chain is complaining about R&D, marketing, sometimes it's fluctuating. So from this chain to a network, then the resilience can provide assurance. And thirdly, like the moderator noted, as a full stack AI supplier, we are faced with unprecedented and the most difficult era. Every layer, like for the cloud layer, we serve R&D and also maintenance engineers now on equal footing. Like Mr. Tam mentioned, a keyword, the robots go to the machine room for training. It's also the case for us. For human engineers, as well as AI agents on our platforms are treated equally. We are a company with a history of 18 years, and we have a service website, which is a native website for agent, because engineers can wait by seconds, while the agents wait by milliseconds. There are a lot of work that we can do to help you to get to the extreme efficiency, and then the models layer and how we can help you to make better use of a cloud, large models, the tools layer. For such layers, who didn't attract much attention. But for enterprise level and applications like banks, you don't make everything on your own. You want to have a productivity platform to help you. So we provide these kind of solutions containing the models, the tools, pilot, application to give the whole industry to help you. The supply chain, industrial chain, for transformation in a more steadily manner. Thank you. This is a full stack service, and every node will have AI agent on the supply chain to work. And this day is quite close to us. We're on the way in achieving that. Next question to Mr. Lee from Schneider Electric. You shared with us your observations, and I would like to hear from you for Schneider. Do you have any examples that you can share with us? What Schneider is doing to use AI to promote the upgrading and the transformation of the industrial and the supply chains. Like you said, AI is a technology. The transformation of supply chain remains unchanged. We believe, firstly, about resilience, second, high efficiency, third, sustainability. Those are the three features of supply chain transformation. AI as emerging technology is helping us to accelerate the transformation towards these directions. I would like to share with you some examples about lighthouse factories, about resilience and efficiency. A factory in Putuo district in Shanghai, we use AI technology to help us to do the R&D of the prediction of life of new products. And with AI, it is shortened by 80%, which means the launch time of new products is much quicker, because to industry is different than to C. There is a higher requirement for stability and quality. Then the shortening of the time to market, the capturing of a market inventory signal of a material shortage, we can respond more quickly. This is a very typical example about resilience and high efficiency. Then let's talk about sustainability. The lighthouse in Wuxi and the lighthouse we announced yesterday, which will be located in Beijing. We use massive AI technology to help us to increase energy efficiency and decarbonization. In Wuxi, we use AI for simulating heating to find the best pathway to increase energy efficiency and reduce energy consumption. Then the industrial park in Wuxi is able to reduce the CO2 emissions in Scope 1 and Scope 2, which means the CO2 emissions in our own operation by 90%. Then in the industrial park in Beijing, we use AI to help ourselves to decarbonize and also to help our suppliers in the upstream to reduce emissions. Over 1,000 suppliers, including 270 suppliers in China, are connected to our digital platform. Then we can help them to decarbonize. So we have built knowledge platforms to help them to improve their capabilities. Then I want to share with you that we have the lighthouse factories because of AI evolution. Then what about the people? What about the human? In a lighthouse factory in Wuhan, we tested the good synergy between air agents and the human colleagues. The second, how we can help the colleagues in various positions, including those white-collar workers in the office and blue-collar workers in the workshop, and how they can learn the AI technologies, how to adapt to the changed workflow brought by AI. So we are recognized as a talent development lighthouse factory. In summary, AI as an emerging technology is making supply chain more resilient, more efficient and sustainable. This remains unchanged. Thank you very much. The transformation of companies is not only about technological iteration and about simultaneous upgrading of supporting capabilities. I would like to remind you, in interest of time, please make your intervention short. Our next question is for Mr. Tam from UBTech. When we talk about the empowerment of new technologies of traditional industries, we have learned about several real cases, and it's quite convincing. And we see that the humanoid intelligence has attracted a lot of attention with multiple scenarios application. Can you share with us examples of humanoid robotics in empowering manufacturing sector? What are the results achieved so far? So about embodied intelligence, this year it is entering the scenario application. There are real needs to be satisfied. UBTech, since January 2024, we started our first 5-year plan. Now we are in the 3rd year.
We are quite quick from industrial humanoid S1, S2, and this year S3. So for 3 years, 4 upgrades. So technologically speaking, it's about whole machine upgrading. The steps are small, but the speed is quick. We respond very quickly. Through our training, practical training, we analyzed the 3 core scenarios. For example, the robot sorting, quality inspection, and some handling on the entire assembly line. So based on these scenarios, we upgrade the iteration of technology. We are still leading in terms of the 3-minute autonomous battery swapping. In the process of using a lot of robots at the factories, we found that factories cannot provide charging piles for robots, unlike JIC. If our employees' cars don't have charging piles, how could we provide a space for robots to charge? So we innovated the self-charging technology of robots. So just like the portable chargers, the robots can charge themselves like power banks. Besides this, in 3 parts, the co-agent in embodied AI is based on multimodal perception, reasoning, and its multimodal analysis and the integration and the execution of orders. On these aspects, for simple repetitive tasks, and in 3 core scenarios, so we achieve the collaboration. And the second, for the multimodal LLM, which actually integrates the big and small brains and the end side, including the cloud. Our Think model in many competitions achieved the 10 top prize. In 10 items, we achieved 9 champions globally. So the more accurate your data in true scenarios, then the stronger you are able in achieving collaboration. Besides all those I introduced, you may also have noticed UBTEC's recent cooperation with Muxi. In terms of key technological innovation, on core parts we will also innovate. For example, we will work together with Muxi to build, based on embodied AI, based on humanoid, we will build a dedicated chip. This is also a key for using technologies in true scenarios. Thank you. We can see that around the core technologies and the scenarios, UBTEC, your product iteration and your implementation have achieved good headway. Next, we ask Mr. Chao. In last round, actually, you also mentioned a concept which is called 4-flow system: commercial flow, goods flow, capital flow, logistics. What is the value of this system for resilience? When we do e-commerce, we rely on logistics, we rely on supply chain and the payment systems, and also marketing information. These are key for all links of e-commerce. As I just told, these links rely on data support. From the perspective of supply chain, let me first talk about logistics. We need to connect data, connect the system. It can help us raise efficiency. Recently, this time at this Expo, we are honored to launch our setting pilot.com. 18 months ago, I saw that for cross-border e-commerce, I always think that domestic products, when they are exported, they can't be replaced by other countries because the whole supply chain in China's ecosystem, its quality, its worth for money is quite good. So I always speak high of China's exporting goods to other countries. I think China's goods are irreplaceable. With the advent of AI, I have been moving forward more quickly by launching this platform. when we have a big amount of data, which when it's sorted out for you, what does this mean? It means that distance between you and me has become closer. It means that the transparency between companies has been improved. We think that these factories, when we launch this selling point, this theme is Factory Link, is directly targeted at factories. In China, many good factories produce quite good products. For example, UB Tech is a typical case example. So these factories, when we produce their goods, if we look at the whole supply chain, there are a lot of agents. For example, if we look at some US retailers, they actually come from the same high-quality factories, many agents. By launching this selling pilot, we can directly deal with the factory, because with the data reasoning, quickly the products can be uploaded on the platform, not only available on our platforms by single click. Even if you have like 50,000 or 100,000, it only takes 2 minutes to copy and paste and identify and move them to Costco or Walmart or Amazon. So this can help us to provide more good Chinese goods to other countries, such as our focus in North America. So this is our mission, to bring the best product to the consumer hands from China. We hope such a platform can connect the supply chain. It can also improve our operations using technology to introduce Chinese goods to the world. Thank you. Next, Miss Yu, from you, data real integration, why it needs data, why it needs cloud as an intelligent base. Before answering this question, I would like to clarify that Kingsoft Cloud is not a large model manufacturer. For all large models, we are open, but today when we talk about AI's integration into sectors, into supply chain, the important question is the current large models are all general intelligence. The data they are based on is all from the internet public data. When it enters the enterprise, it does not understand the past, the present of the enterprise, or the decision-making process of the enterprise, or the organizational culture of the enterprise. So what we want to do is that big model can really enter the core of the enterprise, finance, supply chain, HR, and other processes. To address this, the important thing is to construct the industry itself and to build an industry ontology and use it to connect the data model and the agent and create a set of engineering methods for this purpose. We call this ontology. It is abstract, but let me give you an example. For example, AIDC construction as an example. Today in ERP system, like I said, what we face today is that current ERP system cannot address, for example, when we describe the order in ERP system, it may be described as SKKU 001 with 20 pieces in stock, and it's expected to be delivered by the supplier in the month. But when we build this industrial ontology, we will describe it as a GPU cluster in a certain region. The special specification valve of its cooling system requires procurement. The supplier may need 3 weeks for procurement. Supplier A and supplier B has bought goods, but it needs to be recertified. But such certification may be a sticking point for my transformer procurement. We need to let AI really understand such a relationship in the real world. We call it ontology because many times in the supply chain, the real bottleneck is not the speed of procurement. The problem lies in the understanding of these constraint rules, whether AI can see and understand. So we will create ontology for each constraint, for each real economy player, for each rule. We will integrate those into the digital twin world through modeling so that AI can understand the enterprise, whether AI can see and understand these. So we are no longer in the chatbot era, we are in the action era. Still, in the example of AIGC, for example, my GPU, for example, the GPU suddenly changes from an air-cooled to a water-cooled. The change will be very huge. What will it bring? It may bring the redesign of the cooling system, the recalculation of the power system, the rearrangement of the rack, and the possibly renegotiations with suppliers. In the past, the ERP system needed to a lot of. We had to hold countless cross-functional meetings, countless phone calls, communicate with countless suppliers. But today, we hope that the intelligent agent can automatically establish the industry ontology to facilitate all constraints and conditions and then automatically calculate the optimal solutions such as the cost of delay, the time of delay, and alternative solutions and the cost to be increased. And in some aspects, if there is manual automatic authorization, it will be automatically executed. This is what we are talking about today. We also need to address hallucination. So from the perspective of industry cloud, on the one hand, we need to have cloud foundations. We need to share data. More importantly, based on cloud foundations, we need to have industrial knowledge ontology, then based on industrial models to provide supply chains with more intelligent support in terms of collaboration and decision making. Today's environment keeps evolving. We may face disruptions, disasters, uncertain policies. From time to time, there are black swan and gray rhino events. Like a person, we can't prevent him from getting sick, but we can improve immunity, recover faster. More importantly, after recovery, we can become better person. The same applies to AI. At Kingsoft Cloud, when we do industry cloud, we observe some changes. No longer single project entering the construction of the system. In this process, the large models, we need to help companies. We need to help enterprise to build a knowledge engineering based on ontology. Because when we introduce AI, we need to assess, we need to iterate, we need to optimize. We need to better technologies. So we can't just rely on the past project-based model. We also need to enter a stage of long-term accompanying customers. Thank you. How could we use emerging technologies to catalyze new quality productive forces? This is a topic worthy of deep consideration and continuous discussion. Thank you all for your wonderful answers. Thank you all. Please be seated. Next, we move on to the session 2. Let's invite moderator Mr. Hu Guodong, Deputy Director of AI Research Center of China Center for Information Industry Development.
We have a panelist, Mr. Xu Meng, General Manager, Customer Advisory, SAP, Mr. Zheng Daxing, President, Overseas Business, any sort, Mr. Michael Li, Senior Vice President of Public Affairs and Corporation Development, Walix, China, Mr. Li Yuchen, Vice President of Team Sum, Mr. Liu Changwei, Chairman of Yixing Technology.
各位嘉宾，大家好。
Dear guests, good morning. I would like to welcome you to continue with this second panel discussion, digital infrastructure as foundation for transparent, resilient supply chain. The first panel has already unveiled the trend of digitalization intelligence. We used to talk about the digital product, but now more about AI agents. You are the pioneers in the industry. 43 years ago, there was this idea of a digital economy from the U.S. And today, it has been this expo has been elevated to digital and intelligent technologies. And we have the 5 panelists joining us at the second panel discussion, who are the C5, quite in line with transparency, resilience, supply chain foundation. About C5. So the first C, collaboration, coordinated action, already alluded to by other panelists. The second C is this comprehensive intelligent chain. And the second C is the global capital allocation. The fourth C represents this cross-cloud computing power strategy sharing. And the fifth C is credible tool chain. I will ask our first panelist representing the first C from SAP, Mr. Xu, to share with us the coordinated action, how you are empowering the supply chain with coordinated action. Thank you for the question. Let me briefly answer the question. SAP is a German company. We have over 400,000 clients globally. So any changes in the supply chain or shifts in the supply chain are something we look at in our business. Let's come back to the changes in the supply chain. In the past, we emphasized cost and efficiency. But nowadays, the transformation of supply chains for clients like Mr. Li from Schneider Electric highlighted. It's about resilience, intelligence, and at SAP, we are moving to AI. In our practice, we found that last year, what was most popular is AI agent relevant with duties, custom duties. We look at the internal inventory and complexity. A partner of SAP can get the information internally and externally to support the decision making. It will run the P&L, and the results of decision making will be informed to the carbon-based employees, and then we use the AI agent to make the decisions. For example, the adjustment of a price. In this example, it means AI agents and AI are providing changes, are enabling changes of supply chain. And I think we have businesses as our customers. They are quite different than individual clients. I totally agree with Mr. Chou from Newegg. Compliance, accuracy of data are more important in the 2B business than 2C, with great influence of a business. I read a report on a conversation between Su Zifeng and Mr. Li Kaifu, which also emphasized that for 2B business and AI application, if you don't look at the impact of digitalization on the 3 major financial statements, which means that the investment into AI and AI lab are not the real 2B AI. And then for SAP, we have our own ERP system, LB, ERP applications, and nowadays we have this JoWorks, which is the API of SAP to interact in a mobile way and through voices or texts with QWorks. Our previous ERP system, and we used the AI agent to restructure ERP system. There are 5 domains. Supply chain is one of it. And then we have a digital assistant, and then AI agent, and a skill. And considering 2B application, we have a smart application with 3 functions. First, build enterprise agent. As the leader from TCL already mentioned in his speech, that there are over 10,000 AI agents for large companies. Why there are hallucinations from AI? Why agents make incorrect decisions? Because there is no business context. Second, we have a knowledge map, and SAP is an open ecosystem. We have 40 large models for inference. Lastly, in 2B business application, it's all about compliance, governance, and transparency. Especially, it is important for global business of Chinese companies. This is an important feature of commercial AI platform of SAP. So we have made adjustment of our model of service and product system. So we have over 10,000 AI agents. It's important to coordinate. Then Mr. Zhang Daxing from Anysoft to share with us your practice of the full chain intelligence. Anysoft is dedicated to smart sorting equipment and application of cloud supply production lines. We are the first company who introduced AI computing and its concept into agricultural product processing and sorting equipment. To answer your question, I would like to mention 3 things here. Firstly, the cloud control production line AI intelligent, super intelligent agent, which are used in grain processing enterprise and grain processing production lines. It is to make it visible. Then the rate of a finished product of grain processing, the energy consumption of grain processing, the health status of ingredients can be captured by big data and analyzed then to provide the data needed for management. Then the buyers on the downstream can visibly see what kind of products they are purchasing, even though the products are still on the production lines. And also we can provide real-time feedback to the farmers and the growers. What are the problems with their raw materials and ingredients? So what they should do in the next season. And the second point is any sort cloud control and AI supply, AI super intelligent agent in the process of grain processing, which means in every link in the process of grain processing, we can empower the agent. We only give the final result or instruction to the AI agent, no matter what happens in the processing, or are there any problems for the changes in the ingredients. The whole production line can be adjusted accordingly without any human intervention. It is fully automated, fully intelligent and autonomous information and data collection, syncing, equipment debugging. So this is the second thing about controllability. And the third, after doing the previous two things, what we aim for in the end, so we are able to squeeze out we are able to squeeze from the processing and to minimize the residue. Let's take rice processing as an example. The rice husks and the rice bran we processed before, we just sold them as waste. But in the smart and cloud-controlled production line, we can make rice bran oil from rice husks, and we can make jams and make it into nutritional products. We can precisely set up 100% broken rice and no longer mix it with finished rice for low price sales. But the finished rice will be sold at the price of finished rice, and the broken rice can be used to make rice noodles, precisely completing the grading of products in various grain processing industries. Thank you. Those are the three things I would like to share with you. We have a booth for any sort at the hall for digital technology, and the leaders of CCPIT are invited. Air Wallex here, who represent the third C, the capital allocation. Thank you. We are from Air Wallex, founded in Australia 10 years ago. Since its inception, we are committed to one thing: helping companies who would like to expand their global business, especially real economy and the supply chain companies, to access the services of capital allocation at a lower cost and in a more convenient manner and in a more secure manner. To make it simple, with the changes of economic development and globalization, there are new changes. In the beginning, we just hoped the flow of funding would be faster and more convenient. I'd like to briefly share with you how we work with our partners and how, what is our presence in the world. And we are also building our technical platforms in over 100 countries with our own trading network. We can realize a faster and the cross-border trading in the same day. And over 95% is real time, no matter the counterparty is in America or Europe. We are able to finish the transaction funding in 1 or 2 hours. As we are promoting the supply chain at this exposition, we are not an entity on supply chain. We are working at the fundamental layer to facilitate delivery, and the delivery needs transactions or trading to provide the support. It's like the flow of blood. Today, the demands are not that simple. You see the very complex geopolitical situation, the requirements for compliance, protection of data, and etc. Countries are building their own barriers, while we are also moving with the times to increase our capability.
to provide them with a whole set of solutions, cross-border integrated financial solutions. In addition to making payment and also fund transfer faster and more convenient, it also includes global wealth management, including tax planning based on different requirements in different countries, as well as on-the-ground fund compliance and comprehensive services in data security. We hope to transform our services from a simple payment tool into a full set of cross-border financial operating system for enterprises. So in the era of intelligent AI, since several years ago, we have proactively reconstructed our service processes and internal R&D processes. Up to now, we have initially formed a set of cross-border financial operating system services native to AI. This is also the first time for us to participate in this expo. We're honored that our booth is located in Area W2. Welcome. In the digital era, China's mobile payment has gone global, and now everyone is looking forward to the era of large language model, hoping to see the emergence of new payment platforms. So the next guest works in the cloud, so let's welcome Mr. Li from Huasheng Tiancheng to share with us your insights. I'm Li Yucheng from Huasheng Tiancheng. Huasheng Tiancheng is a company listed on the main board of the Stock Exchange for System Integration. We have just established a new computing center in Zhongwei, Ningxia. This is a very large project for China Telecom. With the development of AI, the demand for AI computing power has been rising. We can see that not only in construction of AI data centers in China, but also in the construction of computing centers in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and Central Asian countries. We've also done a lot of AIDC in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. We have also clearly seen that Alibaba, Tencent, and even ByteDance are also hoarding computing power overseas. We now see that NVIDIA's computing servers increase in price every day. That's a sign of the rapid development of AI. AI is inseparable from infrastructure. Our original general purpose computing centers are completely incompatible with the overall demand for AIDC design. This means that the new AIDC design requires redesigning in electricity, water cooling, load bearing. We know that the new V200 in a single cabinet can reach 1.8 tons. Which means that if we take a piece of meat, its overall load bearing capacity per square meter should not be less than 1,200 newtons. Therefore, the load bearing capacity of all such computer room floors, and due to the use of liquid cooling, Huasheng has accumulated a lot of experience. At the same time, in terms of AI applications, including our core centers, we are making it intelligent. We have been cooperating with Hong Kong Telecom, and through partners like Huawei, we provide such capabilities. At the same time, we have made the entire intelligent customer service and intelligent applications combined with computing power. In the future, we can see that a lot of big data centers are under construction, including the Vanka clusters. With Huawei's 950 series and its production capacity in a year already fully booked, we can see that other domestic computing cards are also constantly providing the capabilities of such supernodes. We learned a few days, such as Intel, AMD. They have provided new capabilities for the Vanka cluster. AI will not stop. Although in 2000 we said that the ID bubble burst, but whether AI is a bubble, it must have a bubble. Without a bubble, how can there be development? When this bubble materialized, it becomes a solid. Thank you for sharing with us the good news. Computing power relies on hardware support and reliable software tool chain. In this aspect, Yixin has been exploring. We invite Mr. Liu. Yixin has been specialized in professional image processing software and visual AI's innovative application R&D. When we talk about the supply chain today, many times we are talking about hardware related. Especially in recent years, I think we are talking about software. We see that software defines everything, including AI. One of the success of the development of software technology. So software in the whole modern entire industrial chain of the digital economy plays a core role. We have made several explorations. First, especially in the AI era, the first thing we want to achieve, or the first major change, is the equalization of power created by AI. So how can we apply AI to our software so that every people can join in creation, not only via prompting, because there are a lot of uncontrollable factors, even the waste of computing power. Second, in the software industry, we are exploring a new pathway. The original traditional thinking that how we could use software to achieve something today, especially with the emergence of agents, through software, we predict customers' needs. This is a major shift. Third, in the whole process improvement, we use new concepts and AI technologies. Be it industrial design or creative design processes, we reshape the whole process. In the whole industrial supply chain system, the core theme is still that we need to control and have our own independent technologies in today's turmoil world. Only when we have our own independent technologies can we ensure safe content generation and ensure the availability and the practicability of digital content. Thank you. Thank you, the 5 guests, for describing for us the future directions, the transparent and resilient supply chain. In two rounds of discussion, we mentioned several keywords such as token, the long tail risk, and traceable. And the fourth keyword is agent, timely interaction. And the fifth, transformable solutions. These are the 5 key aspects. Due to time constraints, I invite all guests to focus on these 5 keywords and share with us your opinions on reliable supply chain. 1 to 2 sentences for each guest. First, Mr. Xu, the token economy. What's the impact on real economy? I have 2 sentences because I have introduced that all applications related to supply chain will be reshaped or rewritten by AI. In the future, we need to interact with agent. Based on this, in the future, the pricing, the definition of the product was based on the number of seats, the number of users. In the future, it must be based on token consumption. That's a great change. Jiexun has deepened its roots in the agricultural industrial chain, and the long-term risks in it are the same as those in the current large model world. So what's your opinion? I think especially for agricultural product processing, there are indeed many long-tail risks, especially in face of sudden environmental factors and geographical changes. For example, Henan was hit by a severe rain, heavy rain. The wheat was supposed to have good harvest, but they suffered from mildew. So through our current cloud control big data intelligence system, we have solved the three problems. First, before the disaster, we have used a large model and AR computing power to run over a million kinds of data on mildew possibilities. In this way, we have made corresponding preparations, and when the disaster comes, we can handle that very well. Secondly, in the markets, when we apply to emerging mildew situation in the market, with the development of the time, the new media will be produced every day. There will be variants and mutations. So through the construction of database on site, we also upgrade large database in real time and link the relevant relationships up and downstream, helping our farmers update their database. And third, through the above two solutions, be it mild mildew, we can screen out, turn it into feed. If it's severe, we can screen out to make it as a fuel. If it's normal, then as normal, we can link up and downstream. So this is an example of how we correspond to long-tail risk, using AI to allocate funds. Then how you achieve traceable, Mr. Li? Actually, on transparency and risk, this is like two sides of the same coin, especially for cross-border funds transfer. From our perspective, since our inception, we put compliance as our cornerstone. Especially we do cross-border business. We need to adapt ourselves to compliance requirements of different countries. Now we have reached global standards in over 85 countries and regions through the means of entities in the form of wholly owned holding. We obtained a license for financial qualifications and accept the supervision of local regulatory authorities. Including in China, we are one of the first foreign-funded institutions to obtain domestic payment license. Including in North America, because the U.S. obtains qualifications by state, we have now achieved the full coverage of licensed businesses in the U.S., including Europe and Southeast Asia. We are all based on this kind of licensed operation. Whether it is in the AI era or the demand of the supply chain for financial business, compliance is always the foundation. Secondly, I want to add that the data privacy, this is today a headache for many global enterprises in their businesses, not only personal privacy data, but also at the national level. Now, based on our industry development, In many parts of the world, in different regions, we are in line with the highest local standards to achieve data security in the financial field, including Europe, America, and China. We also hire the world's top third-party international organizations to evaluate our capabilities and standards in this regard. Therefore, in terms of data security, we will strictly follow the regulatory requirements of various countries. We believe in this way we can provide assurance services for our customers. In the future, transparency and risk control are really important.
Delivery of capital should be real time. Then the response to the large models and the physical world requires this timely delivery. And we'll hand over to our next speaker to share with us your observations. With training and inference coming to an end, we will see that computing is moving to inference. We should accommodate this timeliness or the delay in the timeliness in inference. And with the emergence of large centers which will move to the edge, then we will have the requirement for more robust computing. Then the development of laser transmission in the large computing centers requires us to build better infrastructure and data application, AI application. And for this all optical network, and with the advanced encapsulation, and we will see that the high bandwidth and high computing power equipment will move to the edge, and we will have a faster real-time response with the disruption of mobility and application, with the reconstructing of AI in all sectors. Thank you, Mr. Li. So with this, I would like to ask our next speaker to share with us your transformable observations of technical solutions on one hand to achieve this software chain security or sustainability. As I already mentioned, it should be autonomous and controllable. And about safety and security, I mentioned the transparency. The software used to be in a black box, now in a white box. We see open source communities to have open source software to maintain certain transparency, supply chain security. With open source software to be supervised by the whole community. The second is to set up a security scrutiny mechanism adapting to the national conditions, as well as building an early warning system. Once some special circumstances occur, the software can respond and self-repair in a timely manner to ensure the security of entire software supply chain. And with regard to real-time performance, we have also made breakthroughs and innovations at software level. This real-time performance not only provides users with immediate feedback, but also allows us to promptly address issues identified during the processing, such as AI real-time rendering capability, which can monitor entire creative process of each client, whether through sketches or multi-model inputs, and the results generated, we can make real-time corrections and changes, which represent a great improvement of digital content creation. So in interest of time, the C5 suite shared with us their solutions. And I believe, according to their insightful observations, supply chains are getting more sufficient, will deliver more innovations, and China's supply chain can become the engine for the world economy. The supply chain expo is not only a platform for connectivity, but also a test bed for innovation and a window for display, a fusion combination of a solution. Thank you. Let's welcome the next panel. Many thanks to Mr. Hu and the panelists. Digital transformation is moving ahead at an accelerated pace. AI and other emerging technologies are reshaping global industrial landscape. Industry is shifting from a competitive logic breakthrough in isolated areas to an ecosystem of mutual trust in rules, shared standards and benefits. How to build consensus in a changing world is the topic we will discuss in the next panel. We have the panelists, Mr. Moon Yoon-suk, Chair of the Consumer Policy Committee of ISO, Mr. Chen Wen-da, Deputy General Manager of Zhongshan Technology, Mr. Shi Wei, Chief Technology Officer of Honeywell, Greater China, Mr. Zhao Jie, Senior Vice President for GSET, and Mr. Chen Nan, Vice President of Government Affairs at DD. Welcome. And during this panel discussion, we're going to talk about building a new global digital cooperation ecosystem based on trust and the mutual benefit. Firstly, we'd like to ask our first guest, Dr. Moon.
Just to start, when we talk about building a new global digital ecosystem, it's not just about industries and businesses. We know that consumers is also part of the value chain and part of the conversation, if you will. So from your perspective, why should they be included and why does it matter?
Thank you. Thank you so much. And this morning I heard very important points from policy perspectives and from industry perspectives. Now I'm very pleased to represent consumer perspectives. So before I start main points to answer your question, I'd like to start with two simple facts. The first, just be naturally, we are all consumers, and there is no one who is not consumers. And we use all digital products, and we use all digital services, and we are very much depending on digital tools. So that means global digital cooperation may affect our daily lives. So it is very important that consumer perspectives and consumers should be included in the discussion of digital cooperation, global digital cooperation from the beginning. And then second point that the simple fact that I'd like to share, that consumers, actually, we drive global markets. According to World Bank data, consumer spending accounts for 65% of global GDP. And in some countries, in some economies, the figure is around 70%. That means consumers' demand drive global market, global trade, and digital economy. So I'd like to highlight 3 points, if I may. And first, global digital cooperation must answer consumers' question, because mostly global digital cooperation often discussed through the technology AI, data, platform, infrastructure, digital trade, but consumers experience these technology through the products and services. So consumers must be part of this discussion, and global digital corporation must answer consumers' question. For example, can we trust the products? Can we trust the platform? Can we trust the information? And can we trust the way that our data is used? So these questions are not answered, then consumers will not have any confidences in digital economy. So without consumer confidence, global digital corporation cannot be trusted ecosystem. Yes.
As you said, and rightly so, it all comes down to consumer trust in whether innovation lasts. Thank you so much. 那么下面我们要请教的是中天科技副总经理陈文达先生。
Next speaker is Mr. Chen Wenda. As we are talking about two key points here, mutual trust and win-win. So what is your view on these two keywords in the global ecosystem of digital cooperation? So for Junction Technology, we deeply resonate with this because, of course, we are a leading multinational company in digitalization. We are supporting AI and digital infrastructure development. We've achieved a remarkable progress. As you know, in communications like the opticals, cables, the copper, aluminum, and different fiber optics are on the rise. On the other hand, we connect with suppliers in the global trade. Then the resilience of supply chain is of a key importance. We need to be able to boost its credibility when consumers, partners, and the customers believe in our products, believe in our timely delivery, believe in their cooperation with us. We're able to work with them in a mutually trusted manner, so we are able to leverage the trend of AI to enable the further development of this industry. And we have a booth at W3 Hall. We released our latest optical cable products, from product development to its manufacturing. It is we hope to use data and to enhance our credibility with our clients and suppliers worldwide. Through data, we can ensure our entire supply chain, production capability, and a commitment to clients are credible and visible. And our data is also usable and meaningful. This allows our entire supply decision-making and the future new products development in the industries can be enabled by data to make better choices and decisions. Yes, indeed, mutual trust relies not only on people, but also on technology data. And trust becomes a science. Our next speaker is Mr. Shu Wei, CTO at Honeywell, China. So on this topic of building new ecosystem for digital cooperation, what's your observation? Thank you for the question. First of all, we have a very good name for this expo. The China International Supply Chain Exposition is about the chain. So chain is important. Chain is the foundation for building a trustworthy digital world. In the past, when we collaborated with our clients, we provided small and niche offering. Gradually, we find more clients want us to provide them with collaborative solutions. For example, yesterday afternoon, we released an offering from Honeywell because internally at Honeywell, we have a lean system. We work with a partner in Shandong province. This lean system with the use of link system, they need to match it with their mass system. Then we collaborated to land it in their factory with a value to save them like over 10 million RMB per year. This is a great opportunity for us. We built upon this experience. We believe it can be used in the process, in the logistics. We work with Feishu.
We also work with Feishu because Feishu has millions of customers. So last year, we co-released the solution. It can expand into not only processing industry, but also to many different industry. So lean and mass connected. And second, not only customers, but also the whole ecosystem is connected. Through the ecosystem, it can empower potential millions of customers. This ecosystem is what I want to emphasize. The list just goes on. Thank you. The flow, effective flow of data, collaborative mechanism of industrial chain, and long-term stable mutual trust and cooperation are crucial. Next, I want to ask Mr. Zhao Jie from NextWise. What's your observation in terms of this new ecosystem? Thank you. And this is the third time we come to this Expo. NextWise specializes in AI infrastructure and AI applications, especially in terms of infrastructure. In recent years, we are at a large scale constructing token factory and a computing power factory in government affairs, energy, finance, and many other areas. We provide solutions. In this whole process, at this year's Expo, we see a lot of AI elements. The development of AI first requires computing power as foundation. In the previous two rounds of discussion, many guests shared with us the intelligent computing of AI and its difference from the general computing in the past 3 and 4 decades, be it the demands for energy, infrastructure, and chip. The demand is quickly expanding. In the whole process of construction, we can feel that mutual trust and win-win and digital governance, these have become more and more important. In terms of computing power infrastructure, similar to the communication industry in the 2000s, like 7 nations, 8 systems, I mean different brands, standards, agreements, protocols, different providers, different models, applications. So sometimes when we are confused, what is the standard for data, for communication, for computing power? So this is why there are a lot of repetitive and low efficient construction, which leads to waste of resources. From the other hand, we see that the flow of digital elements around the world. We know that token factory is a popular concept this year as a new digital commodity. It combines energy, computer power, data technology applications. They are currently circulating globally. We are also pleased to see that our Chinese partners, our Chinese large language models, are promoting their capabilities and also sharing their outcomes with global developers. This is a new trend. Under this new trend, we can see that in the global system, for a new technology such as AI, We need to have a mutually beneficial ecosystem. Next, WISE is also working on this and is contributing its share. For example, on this Expo, we have launched our new AI computing platform. We hope that we can build a system and standards for heterogeneous computing power, and a platform that can integrate overseas computing power and domestic computing power on the same platform and run them on the cloud. And to reduce the confusion in the process, we hope that with the development of technologies, with the maturing of ecosystems, the global AI computing power can be better integrated and more connected. Thank you. The whole ecosystem actually comes from the small contributions from different sectors. Now we have Chen Nan, Vice President of Government Affairs, Didi. As a leading Chinese digital platform, how Didi has delivered digital dividends to people in China and beyond. Didi is driven by digital technologies. It's a mobile platform for people's daily travel in Latin America, in Asia Pacific, in North Africa. We provide travel services, including ride-hailing, taxi-hailing, bike-sharing, financial services, food delivery, and freight transportation in 15 countries. We have approximately 779 million active users worldwide, with over 100 million of them being international users. Actually, we expand our service overseas and we provide local residents with worth for money, certain, safer, and better services. A basis for the provision of such service is local transportation infrastructure, wide coverage of 5G network and connectivity for mobile payment, and a sound automotive industry chain. Only with better supply chain and infrastructure can we go global and bring these services to local overseas users. In the future, we will be steadfast in promoting the integrity of the infrastructure and industrial chain, the resilience and sustainable development, together with our digital partners, so as to provide better services for residents around the world. Thank you. It is because of the sound infrastructure and supply that your services can cross borders and benefit overseas users. Now we move on to the second round of dialogue because of time constraints, because use 1 to 2 sentences as much as possible.
Turn to you again. As far as you're concerned, what role can ISO and COPOCO play in making global digital cooperation more trusted, more fair, and more inclusive?
How many minutes do I have?
Just 1 or 2 lines.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we are talking about the global digital cooperation and its ecosystem. And so this is so important how we achieve it at the global level. So this topic is directly connected to ISO. I think everyone knows ISO, and also ISO Consumer Policy Committee. So I'd like to highlight this section brought very, very important values and principles, like, let me highlight. Trusted global digital cooperation, open and fair digital rules, mutual recognition of standards, data security, social value, and digital divide. So important values. But trust is not only slogan. And inclusion is not only hope. And fairness is not only a principle. So these values must work in reality and across the borders. So this is what international standards do. So standards help define what is safe, what is fair, and what is transparent, and what is interoperable. So, and also standards help countries and business work together in a harmonized way. That's why we highlight ISO standards important in global digital cooperation. And then let me just highlight the role of COPOCO that I'm chairing. COPOCO, Consumer Policy Committee in ISO, we deliver consumer reality and consumer demand in international standards so that it fully reflects the market demands and market needs and consumer trust in the standardization. Yes. Thank you.
Right. If we need global cooperation to work, we need to align globally in terms of standards. That's where trust begins. Thank you. 那么其实提到产供链，我们经常提到的一个词就是韧性。那么
We often mention resilience, so I want to ask Chen from Zhongtian, can you very briefly share with us how AI technology raised resilience? AI has two important parts. One is AI plus manufacturing within our factory, and outside our factory, the supply chain warning and allocation system. In the past, in the Red Sea crisis and in the Strait of the Hormuz, by analyzing some international and domestic news in advance, the internet we can analyze this information and have a pre-warning. This can help us select like suppliers, and we can lay out in advance and lower losses. This whole AI-driven system is not only AI model. We need to, for AI products, the whole supply chain, the up and downstream demands, the capacity. We need to have deeper understanding. Only in this way can AI play a bigger role. Thank you. So in the future, to strengthen resilience, we need to rely more on AI for risk warning. Next, we ask Mr. Shi from Hollywell. In the process of transformation, more companies are moving towards autonomous operation. So what is autonomous operation, and what shall companies pay attention to? Thank you for your question. I think first, Hollywell established in 1887. Many of you may have never heard about Hollywell, but Hollywell is around you, like sensor, refueling plants. From automation to autonomous, I think why we propose such a pathway, because today a lot of data for any factory, for any autonomous equipment, how can it enhance efficiency? Then its daily operation, be it a factory or systems, there are a lot of parameters. Through training and practice of parameters, we can detect and predict. For example, yesterday we issued a white paper, and in this white paper, there is a solution of propylene dehydrogenation. We provide process monitor and PTA, process monitor analysis. This solution is very good for companies. Why is Hollywell moving in the direction of autonomy? Because we have a lot of data, and by analyzing a lot of data, when it was designed, it was for stability. It had a certain tolerance, but each company in different stages has different focuses. So while meeting demands for stability and safety, what is the best way to improve efficiency? That is what we are doing now. To adapt to such trends, we not only cooperate with leading customers, we also build a large ecosystem. For example, Honeywell's strategy called Made in China for China. As I mentioned, we cooperated with Feishu and Ali and many other AI partners so as to provide whole overall solutions so that our customers can benefit.
Economy is the most important factor that we should satisfy for our clients. As a global company, Honeywell complies with the requirements and laws regulations in all countries, including China's. Thank you. So it seems that autonomy requires long-term continuous accumulation from quantitative change to qualitative change. And early this year, there is a buzzword token, which sparked widespread discussions. I would like to ask Mr. Zhao about a token. As token going global is a new form of digital service trade, how can we, while ensuring data security and compliance, promote mutual trust and win-win in global digital cooperation? Thank you, Mr. Da. Indeed, token is a very hot topic nowadays. In the current 5-tier architecture of AI, we have energy, chips, infrastructure, large models, and application. And China enjoys advantage in these 5 layers of architecture. We have low cost and rich energy, as well as in chip sector. We see that the China-made chips are catching up very quickly of the top performing chips in the world. And also we see that funding from China is invested in projects overseas, for example, the computing factories and the data centers. We are also building our token factories overseas. Many of our large language models have achieved a leading position in evaluation. In terms of application, China is the largest application market. And while going global, we identified several challenges. For example, data and privacy standard, and also taxation. For our company, in our real-world business, we are working with overseas partners. In the 1980s, we have these like free supplies and also one complementary trade, referring to processing with supplied materials, supplied parts. We also learned from this model. For example, we built our data center in the bonded area, and they become a very special area for the bonded areas. Then the generation of tokens and the taxation of tokens can enjoy a lower cost, data security, as well as protection of privacy are aligned with international standards to meet the regulations of other countries in the world in order to strike a balance better in the localization and the flow of trade and commodities in the world. This is something we are exploring with the development of AI technology. And we will see more and more models and explorations of tokens. Thank you for sharing with us your understanding about this new going global model brought by token, which reduces the cost of overseas development for enterprises and also provides new solutions for cross-border data flow. And so how can companies adapt to local ecosystem overseas, which is believed to be an important question for many companies going global in their business? I would like to ask Mr. Chen Nan from Didi. So you see, we see that Didi is developing its business in Latin America. Can you share with us that how Didi ensures the development of the supply chain in Latin America? Thank you very much for the question. So I will share with you an example from Brazil. So we are not only a provider of services, we are also promoting and facilitating the development of the whole supply and the industrial chain. Before 2022, the penetration rate of EVs in Brazil was less than 2%, and there was a corresponding lack of charging facilities across the country. But a single company cannot address such a challenge. There should be more options of EVs. We have developers for charging infrastructure to build the dense charging network across the country, and we should also have financial institutions to provide low-cost renting services and financing solutions. This requires the coordination and the synergy across the entire industrial chain. Back in April 2022, we've established a Sustainable Transportation Alliance in Brazil. We joined hands with BYD in Brazil and the BB Bank in Brazil, and to bring together vehicle, power grid, network, platform, and the financial institutions. We attract other EV manufacturers, e-motorcycle manufacturers, charging facility developers, constructors, banks, and etc. to join this platform to promote the development of EV supply chain in Brazil. And we also cooperated with Yadi to provide customized electric motorcycles for Brazil. After 4 years of development, by April this year, the alliance has more than 30 partners on the platform, delivering good outcomes on the base. So building upon the basis for 560,000 EVs in Brazil, 210,000 of them are provided by companies in our alliance. Among the 16,000 charging facilities in Brazil, over 5,000 are provided by companies in the alliance. On our platform, there are over 36,000 EVs and 3,000 e-motorcycle companies. So through this case, we would like to introduce you that for digital platform company like us, we do not only provide services, we also leverage our deep understanding of the whole supply chain, because in China, you see that 70% of EVs are operated on platforms like ours. These large-scale commercial operation of EV fleets will need this very precise match of the EV supply chain and the local transportation, mobility markets, and we can help the EV companies to expand their markets and to help the charging facilities companies to develop their network of charging services, and to help FIs to identify their precise clients and to provide drivers with suitable solutions in order to drive the development of the whole supply chain. And I would like to thank the Expo for providing us with this platform for communication and cooperation for realizing an ideal ecosystem of global digital cooperation. Thank you very much to all the panelists. Please take your seat off the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is the end of the thematic event on digital technology. I would like to thank all the guests and the audience. As the organizer of this event, China Chamber of International Commerce has long been committed to building a considerate and pragmatic home for enterprises. Since the start of the year, to further upgrade membership services, we have launched a brand new digital service tool, Chamber Member Service Mini Program. You may use the mini program to instantly search business opportunities, economic and trade events, and supporting corporate services, and quickly connect with abundant high-quality resources of the Chamber. We welcome you to scan the QR code and follow us. In closing, thank you once again for your attendance. We would like to reiterate our gratitude to CISCE Strategic Partner, ICBC, and Official Partners Bank of China, Agricultural Bank of China, PICC, Bank of Communications, and the Ceres Group for their strong support for this event. Wish you every best and good health. Please bring your own belongings and exit the venue. Thank you.